And here's what I know about depression. I know more guys suffer from depression than realise. I'm pretty sure about that. I know 2 months ago I was diagnosed with extremely severe depression. And that blew my socks off. That surprised me like nothing else, as it surprised my friends. I mean, I knew I got sad a lot, but depression? That's for those emo guys, isn't it? Those people on the verge of suicide that aren't functioning in society. So it was a shock that I was one of those people labelled with depression. If you suspect you have depression, some of the symptoms are obviously if you're feeling sad a lot, if you've lost interest in stuff that used to interest you, if you don't find joy out of it anymore, if you're sleepy during the day, if you're having big long sleeps whenever you can, or if you can't sleep at night, if you are fatigued during the day and find yourself getting agitated a lot more quickly than you used to, if you have a feeling of low self-worth, if life is pointless and you can't see it any way that it's going to get better, and obviously, pardon me, also if you think of death a lot, death a lot, in a suicide way or not, if you're thinking about death, if you're wishing for it, and of course, yes, if you're thinking about suicide, they are some of the more common symptoms that you may have depression. The good news is that you are not going to feel like that forever. There is a way that you can get past those feelings and start feeling happy and even passionate about life again. And I know, because I'm not going to say I've overcome it, I am overcoming it at the moment and doing quite well. There's no shame in having depression. Don't feel ashamed, guys. It's like catching a cold. Depression is a disease, and you can fight it. You can man up and fight it. I could talk for hours about how I've am coming through it. But basically, if you're in the beginning stages where you think you may have depression, this is what it's going to mean to you. You're going to need to make a phone call to your doctor. One phone call to the doctor is going to get it all started. And I know how hard that is, guys. I know the nature of depression is you don't want to deal with it. You want to run from it. You don't want to put in that effort to fix yourself. You hate yourself. You want to forget about having to deal with it. I understand that. But when it comes down to it, it's going to come to, like, do you want to feel like this forever, or do you want to feel happy again? I know for me it came down to I can kill myself or I can try and fix whatever this is, and thank God there were some reasons that I didn't want to kill myself. So I made the phone call, and just to give you an idea, I know how hard it is. It took me 3 months from when I suspected that I have depression, 3 months from then until I was able to make the phone call to the doctor. I know how hard it is, guys. I'm just urging you to make that call. You know, tell a friend, tell your girlfriend, a member of your family or whatever to keep you accountable to making that call. Tell them to keep asking you if you've made it. But I promise, once you've made that call to the doctor, you've made that appointment, it gets easier. I don't want to say it sorts itself out, but it gets good. Here's what will happen. You go see the doctor. The doctor will talk to you a bit. Be honest with him, of course. He might do a little questionnaire with you on paper about what feelings you feel. He'll do a blood test to make sure you don't have any number of other things like glandular fever, which also can sometimes, the symptoms for that might be similar to depression. If it turns out you do have depression, we're actually really lucky here in Australia. It's awesome. Medicare pays for 6 visits to a psychologist, completely free. That's what I've been doing, and it's fantastic, guys. Again, nothing to be ashamed of. It takes a real, not to big note myself here, but it takes a man, a comfortable man, a man who's secure in himself, to take those steps to fix that thing that's wrong with inside him. And running from it is not a manly thing to do. So yeah, meds also, a little bit about meds. I hated the idea of taking antidepressants. To me, that seemed like a band-aid solution. I was dead against taking them from the start for that and a couple of other reasons, but let me tell you, from someone who was dead against it, they're good. If the doctor wants to put you on meds, do it. For me, I'm only taking them temporarily for 6 months until I learn how to deal with the depression by myself, and hopefully I'll be weaned off the meds after that. So yeah, guys, there is good news ahead. If you think you're suffering from depression, I just urge you to make that phone call to your doctor. That's all you need to do at the moment. That's all you need to think about. Don't overthink it. Don't get ahead of yourself. Make that phone call to the doctor. Get your one of your mates or your girlfriend or a family member to keep you accountable to making that phone call. Get them to keep asking you if you have or not. That's what worked for me. Because guys, you won't regret it. You don't have to feel like this forever. You can be happy again. You can be passionate about life again. Do it. And thank God for Movember, for raising these issues in men, making men aware. Thanks for watching the video. I'm sorry I rambled. I tried to keep it short. If you want to talk about depression, email me on here on YouTube. I will answer every single question I get, I promise. See you in Movember. I probably won't, but it seemed like the right thing to say.